scale that people are using, borrowing notes and all this stuff. But there's a way to practice this that I think is really interesting that nobody has suggested online. So I'm going to just talk about it. So let's assume that we know the idea C major sixth chord. Hopefully you can see the keys. So there's my C6 chord, and what you're supposed to be doing, this is the scale. So every other note would be C6, and the other notes would be B diminished, and then C6, and this inversion of the same diminished chord, C6 inverted, same diminished chord inverted, same C6th chord, and I'm continuing up, and I'm trying to go slow. And it could go down. Now, most people suggest, obviously, you got to practice this in all these keys, all the keys. There are 12 of them, but there are only 3 diminished chords, because that one is equal to 4 diminished chords. So that means this diminished chord doesn't just go to C sixth, because if I did this same exercise in the key of E flat, I would do this. And this diminished chord would be here, which is the same as this, which went to C. So instead of practicing like a key right away, like instead of practicing C and then saying, oh, I'm going to practice on another key, why not practice all the keys associated with this diminished chord? So this B diminished chord or D diminished chord, what do you want to call it, F, A flat, it's all the same, this chord goes to 4 keys: C, E flat 6th, G flat 6th, and A 6th. So one way to think about starting practicing this is like really basic. The first time you ever start playing around with this, it's not a bad idea to start with a diminished chord and say, I'm going to go to C, and I'm going to do it for an octave. Here we go. A flat. I'm looking at my bottom thumb. And I could come down, but I won't do that right now. But I could also have said, well, wait a minute, why don't I start here and go to E flat 6th? With the same diminished chord. And start again, and this time I'm going to go to G flat 6th. The first time you hear the movement, it surprises your ear, but then it sounds normal. And now I have to do A6, so same diminished chord to A. Notice I'm doing it rhythmically like that, so I can. That means no matter where I am in this path of all these diminished chords, I should be able to get to any of those 4 other 1 chords, which is really cool. So what would be, if you have a partner or a friend, you could say, call out a key of C, E flat, G flat, or A as I'm moving through a scale. So I have to demonstrate it by yelling out my own target. So here I'm going to start on B diminished, and I'm going to start with C. And in midstream, I'm going to try and change to one of the other 3 keys, E flat, G flat, or A. So here I go. G flat, stay on G flat, A, I'm going to come down, C, E flat, E flat, G flat, A, E flat, which is so crazy because it means you have to see that perspective of all those other keys. So that ties this diminished chord with 4 keys in midstream. So you could practice things that are more patterned. That was me trying to be random. You could do this. So what I'm obviously doing is every time I go up to the next one, I'm going to the next 6th chord, E flat. So this is the every other one. But what if I wanted to say, you know what, go up, but come down, do C, A, G flat, E flat as an exercise. So here I go. Let's see if I can do it. Now A, G flat, E flat, C. Or tritones, or go four times. Stay in C, and now E flat. Whoops. Now, what comes next? G flat, A, C, E flat, A. Yikes. Anyway, it's really cool. So that would be one whole thing where you're actually working on 4 keys at once. And, it's pretty neat. And that's just closed position. That's just moving through the tonalities. I mean, applications come a lot more interesting when you start use drop 2 voicings. And now I'm going to go to A. Whoops. That was wrong. I keep playing major 7th chords. I see this. There we go. How about E flat? That's not right. This is right. So that's it. I'm going to just try it again. I'm going to start on this diminished chord. And I'm still thinking A, C, E flat, G flat. Here's G flat, and so on. It's really neat. Another good little thing with the drop 2 is to practice this movement. So grab this 4-note diminished chord, and then learn this. So you're playing this and this. Let's say you're going down to C6. Remember, you can use an A in the bass, and it's A minor 7 then. So every time you learn one of these, like the C6 equals the 6th chord as well, A minor 7. Anyway, so let's say I was practicing this movement. So all I'm doing is taking the 4-note hand shape, splitting it into 2 pieces. Now if I do that and play the missing part. So here, 1 note from the missing 4-note chord. This is what I have. This is the first, and this is my move. So on the left hand, I'm just merely going to do this. And now C6 would be this. And then down again, I'd have... And this one is interesting, because the left hand's doing a tone instead of a third. No. Is that right? Jeez. So in this position, it sounds like this if you don't do each one twice. So in context, so let's say I was playing out of nowhere in the key of G. And then B flat minor. So A minor 7 is C6, and I'm merely moving through it, and then D7. There it is. There it is. The bridge. There it is. Usually you're not using the whole like big 4 places. You're grabbing pieces of this stuff. But it's really cool because if you're here for A minor 7, you end up maybe finding your way to D7. But if you were here, usually it sounds better starting somewhere there than it does in this inversion. It doesn't quite. But if you started here, yeah, it's the same thing. So usually with the 7th on top, it gives you 4 places to go. It's funny, it's hard to force it into a context. The point is, if you have it under your hands and you've practiced it enough, it kind of magically pops out in the heat of battle. Okay, so yes, just figuring out how to apply it in a tune. But that's what I was just saying. You'll see in a minute. The idea is that just by, I can tell you that I practiced this Barry Harris stuff for a year, wondering why I was doing it. For like, I don't know, like a year. And I was working on, do it in the key of B flat, okay? I'll just show you what I, as if I was a B flat chord, and I practice this. And the key of F would be this. I'm just doing it because this is the context where I discovered how useful it was. So the idea is, here's my tonic B flat. This is the chord, but there's starting a semitone above here in the pinky. So this is like a suspension, right? And in F it sounds like this. Anyway, so I was doing this for like practicing. And you know, here I am playing Stella, and I always thought this was the weirdest part of the tune. I'll just play it. Right here. So the fudge was, you know, you got to play B flat major 7 with a E flat in the melody. It's the worst. So, you know, usually what you would do is you play the tune as a medium tempo bebop, whatever, swing, and you'd fudge the rhythm of it. So you would play something like this. Which is cheating. You're not really voicing. As soon as you have to play it as a ballad and somebody plays the downbeat of 1, or you got a problem. You know, the chord and the melody don't go together. And one day it hit me. I was playing this way. And here it came. And in this inversion, or octave, beautiful, right? And here it happens. Right here. And you mentioned Giampiero. Oh my God. You mentioned contrary motion, and sure, you could have... Anyway, the point is, this is even just clean, like 4 notes in the right hand, bass note in the left, you get this. And here is where you do the borrowing. It's A minor 7 flat 5, which is a C minor 6th chord, but you could use this. So, here's F minor, but the 9th is on top. That's a perfect spot to use the borrowed diminished sound. Again, here, melody's the 11 on a D minor chord. You could, instead of playing D minor 11, you play this diminished chord. And then you could have... That's pretty weird. Never mind. Again, C minor 11 sounds like this, but C minor with the borrowed. And here. Yes, drop to, I'm not sure exactly where you're talking about doing it, but it could be there. Yeah, the drop two, the cool thing about drop two and open voicings like that is they sound better in a larger range of register than closed voicings. The closed position like to be basically here on the piano. Like kind of right in the middle. It looks like my thing is frozen up. Have I frozen up here? Or, I can't tell because it seems to freeze on me, but I'm not sure it's freezing for you guys. So if you don't mind letting me know if the video has frozen, that would be great to see in the chat. Anyway, this is cool. Oh, and the F major. Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah, right here. And then you get that sound. Anyway, it's endless, this Barry Harris stuff. And like, I think that this little idea of practicing from the diminished first and going to all the target keys, it's a good way to organize your thinking. So, if you were going to play this diminished chord, you'd say, where does this go? I guess it goes to B flat, D flat, E, and G, E and G. So, you practice. E flat, I'm sorry, going to B flat here. And then come down, and the scale. Now do it again and start here, but this time go to G. What did I say? B flat, D flat. Let's go to D flat major. And start again, same spot, and go to G major. It's so interesting how your ear takes 2 moves to adjust to it. First one always sounds wrong. Oh, I got to do E too. So notice how I avoided that until the very end. And now I'm going to come down to B flat. Oh, man. How about G now? E. D flat. Oh. Jeez. It's kind of mentally tiring. Okay, so the only thing else I was going to do today, because this is mostly an experiment for my edification to see if this works, because I've been having trouble with my video setup, and I thought I'll use Zoom to just send the signal out to YouTube. So let me get my metronome. Okay, let's see how this goes. So let's say I was playing this tempo here, like a medium tempo. This is a backbeat now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that loud enough? Yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so what's going on here is I'm demonstrating the subject of the idea of quadernal triplets. So usually, I'll put this on twice as fast. So this is 66, so we'll make it 112. And I'm going to put a beat. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so normally if you think about quadernal triplets, we always think of them many of us think of them only one way. There are only 2 ways to play quadernal triplets in a bar of 4/4, but mostly people think of one way, and the way is like this. beginning of the figure is on beat 1 and always lands on 3, which is exactly the opposite of the way jazz time feels. The whole thing about jazz is you have this feeling of forward motion because of this sound. 2, 4, 1, 2, ding, 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 4, 1, 2, which is why the hi-hats 2. And of course, having the beep on beat 1 kind of ruins everything. So I'm going to put it on like this. When I'm going to say, count it like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the beep is the hi-hat. That figure, what I just did there, is not just laid back. So here's the difference. If I tap like this, that's the boring quarter note triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this. Listen to this. So here's a line. Here's my... Let's say I played that. Now listen to the difference here. So now I'm going to play a quarter note triplet on beat 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So let's do it like the so you can hear the duple meter of the bar. Now that's like practicing, right? 1, 2, 3, that's not laid back, that's accurate. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ba-boo. And the coolest thing about this is it lands with the ride cymbal. 2, 3. Watch. 1. Ding-ga. Ding-ga-ding. Ding-ga-ding. Ding. If you tap 4 beats in the left hand, or on the piano, I'm just tapping a fall board, and say 1 ting-ga. 1 ding-ga-ding. Ding-ga-ding. All you're missing is that one little piece of the puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 4, on. Dinga, dinga. There's also another trick to playing it. If you did this and you want quarter note triplets, put on beat 1, put the E, do an alternative eighth notes between the E and the C, and it sounds like this. You notice my thumb comes off the key. 2, 3, 4. Or better yet, somebody comes along and pushes the C so you don't hear it. But that's the square one. The one that swings is the reverse. You never land on beat 1 or 3. It's always over the bar line if you play this figure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So here's a. Now watch this. That's how you could make it happen. Now take the thumb out. Or leave it in and just play it later. See, that's an interesting thing when you have an arpeggio like that. See, I can't remember where I started the line. There it is. You get to the top and you tie it through the downbeat, and it's actually easier to play physically, and it sounds more swinging. So the best examples of this are, I did a video, I think, but it's, sorry, I gotta stop the metronome, it's so distracting. Obviously, a metronome is important to practice this stuff with, the honesty box, you know. But one of the other things that's really cool is the best recorded examples of this are on Coltrane plays the blues to Elvin, I think, where McCoy's comping constantly this figure. This is an absolutely essential figure to play at a slow tempo, medium slow to slow, and especially grindingly slow. And the other record that's unbelievable is Jazz Messengers, Like Someone in Love, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Bobby Timmons on piano, playing the tune Like Someone in Love. It's all over the place, especially in Bobby Timmons' solo. So great. You know, so if you were comping slower here, let's just turn this on. Go 1, 2, good day, go. That was rushed. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. That's how McCoy uses it a lot. Middle let of a triplet. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. 2, 3, 4. Very hard to play this slow. Really, especially when you're performing it for people. Now watch this. Now I'm thinking the double time to so a quarter note triplet in the wrong time. Look at my left hand. Yes, be my love. That would be. Oh yeah, this Barry Harris stuff is just unbelievably useful. Really worth checking it out. Anyway, I think if there are no other questions, I might just end things right there. It's just an experiment. Let me know if you want me to do this again. Maybe I'll set up a schedule and actually, say a special day like every, what is it today? Friday at, 3 o'clock or 3 p.m. or something. I'll just say I'm going to do something and whoever shows up does, and that would be kind of fun. So let me know what you think. And, if you liked it or whatever, it's helpful, share and send the link out, subscribe to the channel. I'll try and get things going here and let me know about the setup, whether it froze up or anything like that. Oh, there goes my camera doing funny things. Look at that, eh? I have a camera that's doing... so I don't know if everything's in sync or not. I get the feeling it's not. So I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Joe, take it easy. I hope you're well. Yes, triplet. Oh, that's great. So I'm going to end the Zoom call. And anyway, thanks for showing up, guys. Yes, triplet in the McCoy example. I could probably go, if I could go online. You know what I could do? I'm going to try and go to my computer and play the exact thing for you. Okay? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go over here because why not? Let's see if I can do this. I'm just going to close this. I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. Here it goes. Share settings. Testing. Okay, that's good. And share sound. And I'm going to go boom. Blues to Elvin. There it is. Okay, can you guys, can you hear that? I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so right here, I don't know if I'm in sync or not, but here's 2, 3. So my right hand, oh, it keeps floating up to my face. Here it is. 1, 2. Oh, say can't hear the music. Okay, sorry. Let me just try and fix this. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm going to try and fix that. That's weird. Okay, let me try and fix that. It's an interesting problem. And here we go. Share. Okay, share sound. I'm going to try it again. Oh, now, okay. So now you can hear it, right? Figure is running all through McCoy's comping. Typically starts in the middle let of a triplet after 1. Let me know if I'm in sync with the music when I'm talking about the music. Here's the beginning of the form. Right here. 3, 4. Great. So here's the... Well, now it's McCoy. I go back to the beginning of the comping here. I'm clapping the figure. Lining up with the clap. That one's different. That was the regular quarter note triplet. That's the other one I'm talking about. So he mixes up. There's the one I'm talking about. Sometimes he has to land on 1. There, for example. But there's a figure again. This happens non-stop. Yes, it feels like they start on the second eighth note of a triplet, but that's part of the figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So it's very easy. That's what McCoy does. He keeps like leaving beat 1 empty, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's typical. But really, if you think about it, that's part of a whole quarter note triplet. Now, if I was to try and go to YouTube, this is going to be really interesting. So I'm going to try another technical issue here. If this works, it'll be a miracle, so bear with me. So I go to YouTube, and because I don't have the recording for Like Someone to Love, but I'll just show you where it is. Hopefully you can see my screen. And I go Like Someone in Love Art. There it is. This is a great record. We'll go through this together, see what happens. First of all,
Hi, I'm Kate. Welcome to Picton.
I need to know if you
I love that we're in a bookstore where the community writes their own story.
Someone described Books and Company as the community living room. That's kind of what we're going for. You're at home.
With Lucid, agile teams don't have to start from square one. Need to run agile events with a hybrid team?
Okay,
Use.
Let me know you hear this, and then we'll talk about the spots. So I'm going to go forward to now that figure. Well, that's weird. All of a sudden, I'm not hearing it. This quarter note triplet is a normal one with a beat, a rest on one. You'll see it comes up right here. Here we go. That's quarter note triplet starting on one, but the one missing. You'll hear dun 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 dun. Here, bum 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 bum. That's the one we don't want to learn. We already know that one. So now I'm going to go ahead to such a great trumpet solo. I hate to skip it. Now here's the piano solo. So I'm going to tap out that figure. You'll hear it pop into this playing all the time. 1. Here it is. 1. There's one coming up here. That a whole bar of it. 2, 3. Here we go. That's it. I have to stop here. That's the example. At exactly, well, it ends at 5:49 on the track, like on the rate. So you put it on 5:40 right here, and you hear 5:42. There it is, 5:44. It starts. So, in other words, that figure is like the one that's not ever talked about, and it's huge to your groove in jazz music. Like, you can't play a medium slow tempo like this without knowing that. And it's not like irrational. It's totally practicable. It's not like some squeeze this into that and hope for the best, you know. It's really cool. Anyway, I'm going to end the little lesson or whatever we did here today, and thanks for attending, and you know, we'll do it again sometime. Stay tuned, and send me a note at jazzpiano@simpatico.ca if you want to do it some more, or on the chat, you know, and send your friends some notes about it if you got some friends that are jazz piano freaks. Okay, thanks guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to say bye-bye. Now, how do I get out of here? Jeez. Oh my God, technical. Yes. And this. Stop share. Ba-boom.